Hey everybody, Coach Banks here. Want to welcome you to CBSI's ACT program. Now, see, you've made it to the video, which is great because that means you have an interest in the craft of acting. Either that or you got nothing else to do and you found this by some chance. But either way, we're going to excite you with some really cool information. Now, making it to this video is fantastic because the world of acting and creating is so activating, and I just want to share some things with you here real quick. Personally, as a professional on-camera acting coach, I have been coaching thousands and thousands of actors for work in film and television for decades. And I want to tell you something. Most of the actors that get trained, and not only by me or any of the other acting studios in town or the coaches, most actors are not going to see a career in acting. I'm sure that's not why you tuned in, but that's the reality, so let's just deal with it. Now, why is that? Number one reason, in my opinion, actors either don't think they need it, don't take the time, don't want to afford it, they don't get trained. They're not trained. They're out here going, hey, I'm good enough, let me see what I can do about working. I want to be in show business, I want to make movies, I want to be on television. And where that want is all exciting, that's your dream. Now, a dream without a goal remains a dream. For a dream to become a goal, you've got to put practice to it. And to make it a true goal, it needs a deadline. And that means you're getting really serious about what it is that you want to do. Now, to work in this business, you can't just show up and think that you know it. I mean, what industry, what craft, what profession that's worth anything can you just show up thinking you know what to do and then thinking you're going to become the best at it? Nah, it doesn't work that way. Have you sat down with an Olympian? Have you sat down with a professional athlete, professional musician, people that just continue to rehearse and work their craft and learn it and continue to persevere forward in the knowledge of their craft and their art? Of course, you've got to know what you're doing. Now, not everybody has an amazing acting studio and amazing acting coaches within their reach. This is the reason why I developed the ACT program. Now, ACT has been developed over years and years of research and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to bring you this course right now. I have personally been interviewing professional casting directors, producers, writers, filmmakers, coaches, and actors most of my entire career. I've accumulated this knowledge as well as my own first-hand knowledge with my own studio, working with actors, putting them to work in film and television, to bring the most comprehensive and effective e-course, online on-camera acting course available in the world. I know it's a big statement, right? Well, this is a big program because this program breaks down exactly what it says it is. Art. The art, craft, and technicality. So let's take a look at that real quick. Let's look at the art. The art is basically our innate internal creative being. Now, the issue with our artist is it's most of the time buried underneath our survivalist or our functionalist. And that's the part of us that navigates through life. We gotta work, we gotta deal with chores, we gotta take care of this, there's family that, da-da. I mean, everything from walking your dog to feeding your plants. That's all part of surviving. And we get so caught up in the business of survival, we're not nurturing the artist. In proper acting training, we have to work through all those dynamics to get to that innate internal place called the internal creative intimate artist. And that word intimacy is hugely powerful for working on camera and non-on camera artists, actors. Being able to be intimate, so personal with yourself in public, in front of the eyes, the lens of the camera, in front of the audience. Being able to share that intimacy and then learning how to craft with it and learning how to create with it. That acting training is awesome. We've got all that in the program. You've got your technicalities. The technicalities of anything are basically the steps it takes in order to do it. There are technicalities to putting on your clothes or doing your makeup, brushing your teeth, or eating, preparing a meal. Everything has technicalities. Some technicalities are relatively simple and others are a lot more complex. Now, where acting isn't brain surgery, there are tremendous technicalities in understanding how to act effectively, especially with the tech of show business. Oh my gosh, there's so much tech in show business, and just learning how to work lights, camera, mics, blocking, action, all of that. What are the technicalities in handling an audition? How to cold read a piece of copy, how to memorize scripts, how do you develop a character, the technicalities of all aspects of bringing two basic stories to life. Now, the first story that's got to be brought to life is the narrative. Go ahead, say narrative. Narrative. The narrative basically is what the writer has written, called the objective or the writer's intent. What is the original creator of the story meaning by all the different aspects of the story that we're reading? Our job is being able to break that down, understanding it, and understanding how to deliver the line. So for example, I could say three simple words. I love you. I love you. Two completely different reads. Understanding how to get up underneath, that's the intention, and working through those dynamics. The technicalities are hugely important. One of the areas where actors are, in my opinion, very, very sloppy, because technicalities take time, they take work, and it takes discipline and a repetitive nature over time to continue to get good at it, otherwise called training. Now, craft. Craft is when you take your art, your artistry, that internal creative genius that's inside all of us, and you work it together with the technicalities of what it takes to tell stories. And then you bring in your personality, or allow your personality to be accessed. That becomes your craft. In other words, this is the way that you do it. This is how you tell stories, and then owning the confidence in that. And that's why we follow so many of our favorite artists, our favorite actors. Why we'll go see the movie. We don't even know what it's about, but if so-and-so is in it, I'm gonna go see it, because you're a fan of their work. And it's the same thing with us, learning how to be able to do that. And that's all involved in the ACT program. Now, if you were paying attention, you noticed I said art, technicalities, and craft. But you know, the acronym doesn't work so well, so I just flipped the order. It's art, craft, and technicalities, because then you have your ACT. Okay, so that's that program right there for you. We cover it all in this program. This program will take you through 3 months, 12 lessons, 1 lesson a week. Each lesson has a very extensive and interactive video. There are also video demonstrations. There's an interactive illustrated workbooklet, which is really interesting. If you keep going further down the scroll on this page right here, you'll see more and some samples of what we do. And it can be done from anywhere in the world. You can learn professional, industry standard, Hollywood, if you will, level on-camera acting for work in film and in television. Now, I created this program so that you can be so prepared that you will actually have a shot at a career in acting, as opposed to coming here going, hey, I'm an actor, I'm cool, I'm great, I need some pictures, somebody represent me, I'm ready to be a star. Look, I have interviewed casting directors, professional A-list casting directors for years, asking them all kinds of questions. I've had them on my own show. I do a television show called The Performance Zone. It's really cool. I interview industry pros. I bring in casting directors. And when I'm talking to these guys, I will always ask one question consistently. What are the percentages of actors in any given audition that actually make a difference in the room? Now, not all the answers are the same, but the majority of the answers that I get is somewhere around 8 to 15% of the actors that come in on an audition, unless you're just working with actors that have been vetted already. They've got a reputation, they've been working, they've been training, they've been out there, then those numbers are going to be different. But when you're dealing with actors that are coming in random from different breakdowns and different agencies, and the casting director doesn't generally know all of them already, the answer is that less than 15% of those actors are actually worthy of what we call a callback, meaning being brought back to look at again to get the job, which means over 85% of actors on any given day, in any given audition, it's not going to make a difference. And a lot of times, it's not just because you're not right. Most of the time, you wouldn't have been brought in. It's because you're not delivering the goods. At the end of the day, you're not sure what you're doing. Sure, it might feel good. How'd your audition go? Oh, audition went great. How do you know? Felt great. Yeah, but what you don't know is what the casting director is seeing. If you really did great, they will call you back and look at you again. And if you've really done great, they will bring more people in the room, known as the director and the producers and studio execs, depending on the project. And it's a funneling process to whittle it down to the best, most qualified actor. And in most cases, it's the actor that's got the training and knows what they're doing. This is why I developed ACT. Because when you show up, you want to be able to present, not keep trying and hoping and praying that something might work for you. That's crazy. That's ludicrous. Hope is not a success principle. Okay? Hard work, discipline, and training will get you there more than sitting around hoping you get anywhere or wishing. Now, if you continue to scroll down, you're going to see a lot more interesting information in here, and I want you to do that. But you will also find a download. It might have come up as a pop-up. It might be a click, a little click button somewhere, but it's called the Line Lifting Cold Reading Sheet. Now, this is an entire lesson. It took me a month when I first started training people to get them to learn this. 4 weeks in the studio to teach them just this one thing on how to properly cold read. I'm making that available to you for free. It's yours. Just go ahead and download it. If it runs out, that'll be interesting because it's electronic. It's not going to run out. So just go ahead and download that sheet. Now, here's what it's going to do for you. If you've come this far and you're still listening to me and you have an interest in doing this, I'm going to give you the litmus test. Download that sheet and go to work on it. Now, when you first get it, you're going to be excited. You're going to look at it. It's all new and everything. And you might say, ooh, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try this. And you might work on it for a few minutes, once a day. If after a couple of days you don't go back to it, this program is not for you. It just isn't for you. Look at the pictures, check it out, listen to me, it's all good, but don't purchase the program because you're not going to do it. It's not going to be effective for you. This is not easy. It's work. We make it fun and we make it intriguing and we give you most of the tools you need to be able to understand how to do this. The art, craft, and technicalities of on-camera film acting. But if you don't have the drive and the determination to learn this, this program's not for you. Now, if you're going through that and you're starting to get excited, you're going, ooh, I want to do this 5 minutes a day. I want to do this 5 to 10 minutes a day. I want to do this twice a day. And you work at that, and after a week, you're still working on that sheet, this program's for you because you got the hunger, you got the drive to make it happen, and we are providing all the rich nutrients and all the food and all the tools that are available to you that you need to get started. So I'm sure that you have a dream of working in film and television, or again, you wouldn't have made it this far into the video. That being the case, I want to help you with that because we are all statistics, and I don't want to see you become the bottom end of the statistic of so many people that never see the light of day of a paycheck in this business, let alone a working career. I want you to be one of those statistical people that's in the top 5% that are working in this industry, that are making a living in this industry, and you are truly enjoying your creative expression as an on-camera artist. And that is the primary reason why we developed the ACT program just for you. So look around, check things out. We've got different programs for you based on whatever your needs might be. Before the ACT program, it's a mystery, it's a hope, it's a dream. After the ACT program, it's an actual application of mobilization of you driving that story forward with the tools, because you will know the art, you will know the technicalities, you will begin to develop your craft, and when eventually you do come here, or New York, or any market that you want to work professionally in film and television, I can just about guarantee you, you will be so much more prepared than a majority of those other actors that are in that room just swinging away. I look forward to you taking this. I look forward to seeing you. I look forward to you making it to the end of this program and you being issued your certificate in the ACT online e-course to teach you the art, craft, and technicalities of on-camera acting effectively. anywhere. I ran out.